Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Lee, it's good to see you. We'll see if anybody shows up here in just a second, but we'll go ahead and get started anyway. Also, just want to give a shout out and welcome anybody in the recording. Just want to say hello to you guys. But let's jump into this. Before I get into any trading, I just need to quickly share our disclaimer. As always, we just need to remind you about the risks involved in the market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So you need to be aware of how big your lot size is, max lot size, and how many pips you're risking on each trade, and ultimately how that would affect your account or your position if you were to lose money. So make sure that you're aware of that going forward. All right, guys. So let's jump over. So as you know, or just as a reminder, when we're looking for bankers trades, bankers close setups, typically we want to go to we want to find stuff that's overextended for the day. I mean, technically this pound dollar would not be bad, but I am looking for stuff primarily with the COT report. So we want to go to the COT report and see what our top trades are for the week. And we want to trade in the direction of the signal of the COT report if possible. Right now, this would not be a great trade on the Euro franc because it's already coming down. Obviously, the signal overall swing trade would be to sell this, which is great. Awesome that it's already starting to come down and will probably continue lower over the next couple of days. It's not a banker's close opportunity because we're not creating a new high at the moment. So we need something that will, in fact, do that for us. Okay, let's look at the Euro Kiwi. What's the next one on the list? And again, we're just looking for this one's also at a low right now. It's on the lower side of the Bollinger Band. Obviously, the signal is to sell overall, but we don't have a good. What you want is something that's overextended in the opposite direction of the signal. So this would have been great right here. Anything, since the signal is to sell, this would have been great. This would have been great, but obviously we don't have that right now. So we have to move on. Okay, what else? Euro yen. Let's see if that one is lining up. Same thing. It's already come down tonight. See, these would have been fantastic opportunities overnight, but and they'll probably continue, right? Like that's the swing trade, is to sell these pairs. But in terms of right now, not the greatest. Let's see, Euro Aussie, is that an opportunity? I'm just kind of assuming that most of these have already made their big moves last night. Yeah, I saw a lot of these started to make their moves down, which is great. Great for COT report trading, great for swing trading, especially because they've been up for the last little bit, but not so great for the banker's close opportunity. So I'm going to see if I can find something else. Another thing that I like to look at when I'm about ready to jump into a banker's close is I want to see if there's any big news event coming up, because I don't want to trade something that's being pushed by the news. There was some dollar news this morning, but nothing else. So, and not that that's a huge deal, but I probably would try to stay away from anything dollar, just because you have a better chance at being successful with it. So let's look at some of these others, like for example, this one, Aussie CAD. We're in that banker's close opportunity. The problem is that this one isn't related to the euro or the pound or the franc, so I'll probably skip that because it's based off of the close of London, right? So I'll look for one that is related to one of those pairs. CAD franc, potentially we can come back and look at that. I'm just trying to find a different. I'm trying to find something that agrees with the COT report. Franc yen. Right now we're trying to buy franc, so I don't know if I want to do that one as much either. Let's go check out another opportunity. Euro Aussie, we've already talked about that one. Euro franc, we already looked at that. How about the euro pound? This wouldn't be bad, actually. Euro pound, we're up at the upper end of the Bollinger Band on a 5-minute. we're trying to sell euros right now anyway. There wasn't any news this morning that I saw significant for either one of these, so this might be a good, yeah, in fact, I might roll with this one. Well, you really can use almost any pair, but based off what we talked about, this looks good. Let's go ahead and roll with this. I'm going to go ahead and start building a position to sell the euro pound. Just going to grab several trades in here. That looks good. Okay. And then yeah, I think this will be a good one. I just wanted to, yeah, because if you go to the COT report on the euro, yeah, it's extremely shorted. Pound's actually bought, so that's actually a good thing. You know, in the longer term, right? Obviously, this is a shorter term trade, and I just like to, for me, I feel good when I align my short term trade with my longer term trade setups. That's what I'm trying to do. And again, we checked the news. I didn't see anything super significant on the euro or the pound this morning, so I think this could be a good setup. And then we are bumping up against a lot of resistance right here for sure. There's some other resistance right up in here that we could short at if it got there. There's some more right there. And then obviously there's this resistance all the way up there. So those would be our levels to add to if we got to those. But yeah, in fact, I might actually add another position. I'm just trying to build it a little bit. And then let's go ahead and talk about our targets on something like this. Good morning, Rodney. Good to see you too. I say good morning to you, Lee. Good morning. And good morning to anybody watching the recording. But yes, so let me grab another trade. Sorry, just you really, as you saw yesterday and the day before, when you're trading these bankers closes, whenever you get oh yeah, you want those. Whenever you get a nice candle move up, you really want to capture that movement as best as you can. Like if it starts to make some pretty good advances to the upside here, you really do want to try to capture that as much as possible, because you won't have those prices later and you're going to wish you had sold there, right? In fact, when we get into that hands-off phase of the market, we'll go look at yesterday's trade and just kind of go over that concept again. Okay, I'm actually going to jump down to a 1 minute now that we have our levels drawn out. And then I just like to kind of watch it from a 1 minute standpoint and then just add to the bars as we go. Oh, and then actually let's move our targets in. Let's kind of set our targets for the day. I would say I'm willing to close a few, one there. We'll just kind of scatter these as it begins to drop later. Probably that support would be the last place to expect a return. I don't know if it would go lower than that. I mean, it could. Sometimes it does, but I would say you kind of have to kind of plan for a return somewhere on the low end at the top of these targets. And then obviously if things go great, then we'll close out right there. All right. Cool. Let's zoom in again. I don't feel like I need to clean up, so I don't need to close out any trades at the moment just because we just barely got in. I know obviously you're down on some of these here. In fact, I'll pull these up. We just barely started, so I don't know if I need to clean up a lot of these, because if anything, I just need to hold on to these if this is the top and allow these to run their course. But yeah, if we start to make kind of like what we did yesterday, if we start to get several more advances to the upside, and then a slight pullback, yeah, we'll do some cleanup and we'll close out some of these down here, leave the better ones to run. It's just same concept from yesterday. I won't switch. Let's stay on this chart for now. I won't switch to, I'm not going to switch to the other. Can somebody, Rodney, can you remind me which currency did we trade yesterday for the banker's close? Euro something, I felt like. I can't remember what it was. We'll switch to that chart to kind of go over that when we get into that phase where we're not really adding to any positions. I just can't remember which one we were trading yesterday. I can probably look it up too over here. It was a euro yen, I think it was. Euro yen. Yeah, we'll go, or euro kiwi. Let's see. I'm sure that one was an option too. I think we trade the euro franc was Monday, and then yet yesterday was euro yen, and then today we're going to go with the euro pound. Well, sweet. So now you're just kind of waiting, right? We're just kind of waiting for, hands off at this point. We got some targets set. We got our initial entries set. And now we're just within that hour window where you can add, right? So between, for me, it's 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Mountain. Central, that would be between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. If you lived on the East Coast, you'd be adding to this between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. And that's your window to add. Now the trade can continue beyond the actual close, like it can fade your direction, but the opportunity to get that peak, that high peak, or if we're buying on the opposite side, the market's come down quite a bit. If we're buying, that opportunity is within that hour, right? But again, you can allow the trades to run a little bit longer. Yesterday was good when we held on to that euro yen. That was a good trade, holding on to. And yeah, right now it looks like it's flipped. Obviously, candlestick's flickering right here, so it's probably going to make a kind of a bigger move here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add one more right there. And then, yeah, if it wants to make another bounce higher, yeah, we'll just continue to add to this. Oh, here we go. This is similar to yesterday, just a slow grind. We're not getting these sharp candlesticks. They're just more of a slower grind to the upside. Oh, grab one of those right there. Wow, a lot of flickering candlesticks, just kind of, it's just kind of this battle between the bulls and bears right now. And usually when you see that, the flickering candlesticks, eventually you'll get some bigger moves coming out of the market, whether up or down. You don't necessarily know. I'd say most likely, because we're still in that window of expansion, we'll probably get another couple of legs higher still. So just be prepared for that, as you're managing your trades. There's a good chance we could see another round of moves to the upside. I mean, that's why I drew out some of these layers up here, is because we could it's possible to go up to some of these levels before the end of the hour. But yeah, if this starts pulling back like it is, maybe if it get a little bit more of a drop, we'll do some cleanup, and we'll close out some of these ones that aren't priced as well. But I do want to see a little bit of a lower leg before I start to do some cleanup. And we're just waiting. Just waiting. Okay, this is pulled back just a little. I'm going to just close out a couple of these. And then you're just leaving the better ones. So you always want to close out the worst trade first, or the worst trades first, and then leave the other ones to ride. You see, yeah, I mean, we have a couple of trades that are just up a few pips, right? Nothing huge, and then we have some that are down, 8. And that's fine, that's just how you manage it. And now we're kind of in waiting, because right now it decided, instead of making another leg higher, now we're just kind of in the middle of that range where we've been adding, and now we just kind of wait. One thing I would like to check while we're waiting, because it doesn't look like we'll be adding to the position it for just a second. Hey, go back to the 5-minute chart, find out where the mid Bollinger Band is. Currently it's sitting right there, and yeah, that's kind of in the middle of our targets, which is good. We wouldn't want to close any earlier than that on this position, right? We don't want to close earlier. And yeah, we're not adding right now. We're not taking away any trades. We've done some cleanup. This is the position we want to hold on to make our money at this point. And then the plan is, obviously, if that was the new high, then we let these trades sit and fade down and hit our targets throughout the rest of the hour, 2 hours or so. If this is not the new high and we create more highs from here, our plan, again, we just continue to build the position slowly on each expansion. And then when the market pulls back a little bit, we do that little cleanup concept. We clean up some of the worst trades and leave the rest. We'll see what happens here. This is turning into an engulfing candlesticks. Just wanted to point this out real quick. Notice here, it hasn't closed yet. It's got 7 seconds to close, but for a second it was engulfing, because it was the blue candlestick was bigger than the green. Now it just barely closed. Doesn't look like it it doesn't look like it finished. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, excuse me, I was thinking I was on a 1-minute chart, so that's not going to close yet. That's got another minute to close. So yeah, that could still turn into an engulfing candlestick for sure. If that does, that might just signal that this is the new direction that we're going, which is great. That's the thing. Every day this week, I've always been like, dang, I should have added more, right? But you just gotta be careful, right? Because you don't want to over leverage yourself. You don't want to get yourself into a position that it's hard to recover from. This is going to close. There it is, just closed. That's an engulfing bear candle. So this may be the new direction we start headed, and that's great. We'll take it. Now we've got a position somewhat built up, and we'll just let them slide into our targets. Yesterday, I think we talked about, it was at the bottom of the hour. We hit the new high for the banker's close. It was right at 9:30 my time, 10:30 Central, or 11:30 Eastern. It's right at the bottom of the hour. On Monday, on that Euro Franc, we hit the new apex at 9:25 my time, so 25 on the hour. So today, I'm not sure what that was, 9:15. It's possible. So yeah, it's kind of been like towards the half-hour point between 9:15 and 9:30 where we've hit these highs so far this week. And again, we'll see what this decides to do. And another important point on your selection, whenever you're trading this, on your selection of which currency pair you're going to trade. Again, I like to use the COT report as a preference to try to confirm my longer term. I always kind of like, it's just a mental thing for me. And I don't know if it's a huge deal, but it works. And I don't like to change things if they're working. But I do like to confirm, hey, if the COT report is indicating that I should be selling this long term, why not also sell this on the short term as well? That's something that I definitely like to try to do. Let's jump to the 1 minute chart here. This is awesome stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Now we just got to wait for it. Let it continue down. Again, no time to close any trades. We've got the package of trades we want. And now we just need to let it run to its normal course. But yeah, back to the selection of currency pair you want to trade. You really do want to pick something, first of all, that agrees with the COT report if you can. That's at least my way of doing it. And then after that, obviously it needs to be related to the London market. So you got to find either the pound, the euro, or the franc. And you could trade something, the quote currency could be like the Kiwi or the yen or something like that. That's fine. You just need to have something in the pair that's related to the London close. So one of those three currencies. And then the third thing you want to look for when you're trying to select a currency pair to trade in the morning for this banker's close, try to find something that doesn't have a lot of news. Because if there's something that's driving the market, forget the banker's close. It may not even happen, right? And so that's why it's so important to find something that's not even, that may, that's just totally unrelated to news, because news trumps fundamentals, trump technicals, and you may not even get that close, that phenomenon that we've been waiting for. It just may not even happen. And so those are kind of your three selection rules when you're trying to find a currency pair to trade. Okay, so and let me know if you have questions about that. You may want to write those three things down, or just keep coming and we'll go through that together. But so far so good, right? Like now we've hit some support in here. It may pause for a second in here. Again, I'm not interested in closing any trades out just yet. Because again, if you go back out to the 5 minute chart, how do you target on the banker's close? The most conservative target is the mid Bollinger Band. Are we at the mid Bollinger Band? No, there's more to go down, right? So not ready to take our profits yet. Not ready to take profits. In fact, this one still might be kind of early, but we'll go ahead and take that one if we get it. And then we'll close. I might even bring some of these targets up. This happened earlier than I thought it was. I don't know if you'd get another high at this point. This definitely happened a lot earlier than I had expected. I thought we were going to get the banker's close, a little bit later like the other ones this week, but this one was a little bit faster. So we might even wrap up faster today. I mean, we'll still go a little bit longer, but Looks like we're getting what we've wanted. Getting what we wanted. And again, you might find a little bit of resistance right in here because, you know, we are coming into some support. I think it's going to bust through that support because, you know, hey, that the rule, the most conservative rule is to close at the mid Bollinger Band. And so I want most of my targets to be closed. I want to close out of most of my trades around there. And just keep in mind the mid Bollinger, this will change, you know, as we get more candlesticks, this will move. So just be aware of that. Okay, while we're waiting on that one, let's go take a look. I just want to, for kicks and giggles, just kind of recap yesterday's trade, which was right here. So here's that window, right? 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. There's your banker's close window. And isn't it just interesting to see that it doesn't happen all the time, but that was the last apex high, and we were there trading this exactly when that apex high formed, which I think is just so awesome. Just so great. But here's that window, you know, where we started adding. You know, you're just adding as it keeps puncturing through that upper Bollinger Band. You're adding, and then every time you get a little pullback, you're doing that cleanup concept. We did that yesterday in the webinar. And then hopefully you've got a stack of trades up in this area, which we did. And we also had trades down here too. So don't get me wrong. It's not like all of our trades were up there, but we did have an average somewhere in there. And then, this pulled back initially to here, which I think we closed out of most of our trades at that point, but we did have several trades that closed out here. In fact, you can see that we literally did that yesterday. There it is on the euro yen. Closed out of a lot in here as well. And you can also see, so you can see that midway through the hour, that's where this one took a little longer. Yesterday took longer. That's where the phenomenon really took place. That's where we really got the big moves on the, you got to have capital to add up in here because we were adding all the way down in here, right? So you got to be able to do the cleanup and add a lot of capital up here, because if you're only adding down here, you're not going to make hardly anything, maybe lose or even break even, or maybe make a little. But most of the money is made from these ones that are priced up here. So that's why it's important to be able to continue to, I call it, you got to tango with the market. You got to keep going with it as it's still moving. And then later after the close, it closed out there. So Rodney, I can double check, but I'm pretty sure I made about 50 pips total after all the cleanup that we did. Yesterday was kind of hard. Harder than I had expected it to be. I think I made like 50 total. I can double check, but despite how awesome it looks, it was hard. Like if you remember, I think we were adding down in here and it just kept going up, and then we had a nice little move down, but it kind of took a while for this boom to happen. Like this move down, that was kind of tough. Okay, let's jump back over to the euro pound because it looks like it's doing some stuff, some good stuff. Today was kind of easy, honestly. Well, I'll close one trade out. How about that? No, I don't know if I will. But our best trade's up 16 pips right now. It's literally that trade right there. And then our worst trade is up 5.4. Okay, so it's starting to come in our favor a little bit more. Let's see, we're flirting right with that target. Let's see. We're not quite to the mid Bollinger Band yet, so we'll just continue to hang on a little bit longer. And we've still got time in the class, so we'll hang on and let this. We'll still wait. I don't think we need to I don't think we need to just head out yet. We can just let this do this thing. But at this point, since we've pretty well established that that's the new high of the hour, like if it were to go back up to there and make a new high again, that would be kind of crazy. So what you want to do is you really do at this point, there's no reason to have, you know, pretty wide stop losses. Definitely bring those in, not to break even, but just put them above that high, because at this point the market shouldn't make another high within the hour, and if it does, it's some crazy event and we'd rather be out anyway. So you can definitely bring these in. I don't think you'll hit them, but if you do, then great, we'll protect ourselves. All right, and now we're just waiting. See what it wants to do here. That's close. It's just the difference of spread right now to hit that one target. I'll leave that. That's where the mid. There it is. Just got one closed. Okay, and let's see where we at in terms of the mid Bollinger Band on the 5 minute. Still not quite there, you know, like we're getting there, but it's, you know, it's still more to go. Our best trade's now up almost 19 pips. Worst trade's now up 7, almost 8. Just want one more push lower, and then we'll probably call it. There, nice. Okay, I'm gonna grab a few of those. I want that. Okay, I'll let those other ones sit there. We're in a really good spot right now. We've covered all of our cleanup, and then everything else is just unrealized profit at this point. We're in a really good spot. Just want to draw this trend line out. Let's see, what does this look like? All right. Am I missing? Where's the other targets? Oh, I'm like, where did these go? There they are. I'll move these up. And so I just drew this trend line out just for kicks and giggles, right? And it looks like if it wants to re-engage with its trend line, it needs to come through our targets first, which I think is a good thing. And as you guys know, it still hasn't hit the mid Bollinger Band on the 5 minute. close. It almost touched it earlier. But yeah, kind of just waiting. I just want to squeeze out a little bit more. I definitely think it's possible to squeeze out some more out of this market. This one was nice. Oh, here we go. Let's see. This is going to engulf this entire range here if that holds. It's got 40 seconds on that bar though. Oh wow, let's see. What's it going to do? Come on, you can do it. I know you can. Here we go. Here we go. Somebody put on a big lot sized. There we go. That's going to close. Come on, take it. Take it. Wow, that is close. The spread there. Okay, took one. Nice. One more hard bar. Let's see it. Let's see one more follow through bar. I want to see it. I don't know if it'll do it though. I mean, you look, we're right at this other level of support. We busted through this other level of support up here, which right through here. Oh, we just got one more to close. So we're kind of asking a lot to come down into here, but I think we can still get it. Oh man, we are close. We are close. Today, this was kind of easy to be honest. Like yesterday was a little harder. Monday was okay. Like it was kind of easy. But this one was a little too easy, I feel like. Like we didn't have to do a lot of cleanup or anything. It's just kind of, it literally just went zoop, zoop. That's exactly what we wanted. It's fun. I'll take it. Like we'll take easy, right? We'll take easy. Oh man, we are close. We're gonna be done before the hour. Let's see. Let's see. One more little push and we're done. Okay, there's another one. We got two more to close. Just below that. I think it'll get it because that's the trend line right there. And I think if it wants to engage with that, it needs to, go down a little bit more. I think it'll get it. Just need one more little push. There goes one. Okay, we got one more to close. And that'll be it. It's just the difference of the spread here. Why not just bring that stop loss to break even at this point? No reason to have it higher than that. Okay, there it is. That was fun. This was fun, guys. We're done. That's awesome. Okay, so after cleanup and everything, that was 116.9 pips. That's awesome. We'll take it. So, okay, well, that's great. So I guess trade's done. We don't need to carry over. I'll just update all the people that didn't show up to the webinar. I'll send out a little update in Telegram. But yeah, thanks for coming. Good day to come, guys. And so we have a class tonight, right? Our one evening class a week. We'll do the COT report at 7 p.m. Mountain. That's 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern. It's also recorded. We're just going to go over, swing trade COT report entries, and how you can trade that as a swing trade. Obviously, it's been working great to help us find these bankers close opportunities. Again, when you're looking for selection on bankers close in the morning, you want to find stuff that agrees with the COT report if you can, stuff that is related to the euro, the franc, or the pound. Okay. And then lastly, something that doesn't have any news or didn't have any news recently, we'll say within the last 12 hours or so. That way you can find something that's likely to have the banker's close phenomenon that won't be superseded by some fundamental news out there. So, but yeah, so anyway, I'll post this on the signals page and update that. And then I'll also send it out just as a, a fun gee whiz for those that weren't here in the class today. So hopefully they can start coming, or at least catch the recording. So also tell your friends about this, that we're back doing Trading with Steve again. I'm locked and loaded doing this full time. So, I mean, I'd love to get more people in these webinars. I think it's super valuable and could be very helpful to a lot of folks. So thanks so much, guys, and we'll catch you tonight.